to Burgish Land. They're called tram lines. They're called tram lines, you idiot. I completely forgot that word. Now, I'm recording this not long after I did that commentary. This sounds so nice starting up. So I'm literally carrying on this straight from the last video. We've still got a few hours we can do work in this game day, so we're going to get some more work done. Just getting this bag of seed put away. So this big bag lift comes with the realistic seed mod. And the nice thing about it is you can pick them up and then lower the supports on the side. Oh, I forgot to left that in. But we're going to get on with liming. We've got 3 fields to lime. I'm hoping that that supply we've got there is enough to get them limed. Because then over the winter I can worry about getting more lime to the farm to do the other fields. Having that the back of the Kraz there is really annoying. I'm actually going to put this bag of seed here. Not that we're going to need canola again for a while. And we'll leave the Ford in there. It's lovely. This is the Farming Agency edition of the 7810. I'm not great on my old tractors. It's a really nice mod. I'm hoping that they're going to bring that to FS22. So that would be cool. And so we're going to jump in the 3230. We'll refill it with lime. And we'll get to work on some of the other fields. So I haven't yet, I mentioned in the commentary for the last video about adding the compost mod in. I have not done that yet. I'm getting this intro recorded while I've got some time off to work before the family get home. So I'll probably do that. There's a good chance I might do that mid-episode on here. The problem that are likely to happen is we have carrots on the ground and the fill type, it might change some of the fill types, so we might have to wait until we've sold carrots. We also have a bit of straw on the ground, I think, up at the field just up here. So we haven't worked that into the ground yet. Okay, that's gone. I wonder if that went when we spread manure on it. Anyway, you're going to run this on automatic, obviously. I use this sulky spreader a lot on series because you can get it in a 50-meter version, which for big farms is really good. But this is 25, I think. 24. Which I thought was a nice size for this farm. It's not overly huge. And getting through the lime quite quickly. Obviously, this field needs a reasonable boost in its pH. Yep, it certainly does. So we've only done 1 field of lime so far. I think every field needs liming. Pretty much like every field needs nitrogen. I've been trying to decide what I'm going to do about field prep. Obviously, we've got the no-till Novag, which can plant straight into pretty much everything. Not worried about missing the edge. But when we're planting crops or planting over crops like carrots and potatoes, I think that's probably unrealistic. Purely based on watching Ollie blogs on YouTube, where I think for their potato fields, no, we're out of lime already. For their potato fields, they at least ran a disc harrow over them to knock down the ridges a little bit before they no-tilled. We've got an Amazon disc that we can put on the back of one of the tractors, or we've got the Banderos, I think it is, the big plough that sits with the Fendt that we could use. So I'm probably going to do something after the root crops, and obviously before we plant potatoes, because the potato planter is not a direct drill, we'll need to do some cultivation. The carrots and beets I think we can do with the Novag. At least that was my intent. Should really have moved that. The other thing I really need to get to is buying a few more sheep. Particularly if we can look at, for spring, moving some of them out into one of the fields. Maybe even this field. We could fence a little bit of it off, that would be cool. So what I may do is, as I say, I could put a worker on doing this, but actually because we need lime all the time, probably not. Because it's going to get through it pretty quick. It's also pretty slow to refill. Should have done what I did to the manure pallets and fill up the speed time. Yeah. There are words in there. Such a pretty map. I think the two buildings that I added kind of fit in with the style of the map. So where those two barns are down there, there was a pig pen, but I didn't want to do pigs. I'm sure I've said that before. I might as well go around this way. So the reason that I want to add compost on here is obviously we're organic still, so another source of fertilizer would be good. We can use the straw if the compost mod interacts with maize props properly. We can use the straw that we're getting off our grains to compost. My other plan is to get a suitable mower, because I think our mowers are conditioning mowers. I need to check. And so we can mow the headlands and put those into the compost as well. Probably get a little loading wagon as well. Don't mind me just going back to euros. Yeah, so that's why I want to add compost in, because I think it's going to give us a good source of fertilizer for keeping the fields well fertilized. Wonder if we could make it so that bark mulch can go in there. That'd be a good way of good use of that, wouldn't it? We didn't get very far along there. Jeez. Let's just check precision farming. No, we didn't get very far along there at all. This is going to use a lot of lime. Yes, I've not. Playing on ×3 is actually, I think, just about right for me. I've still got manure there. That's weird. I thought we'd put all that in the muck spreader. Confused. Loaded some old version of the save, have I? No, because that field's planted, so. And the cows don't have loads of manure and slurry. Okay. Maybe I just didn't clear that whole area out. Maybe I just went too quickly into clearing the shed out. I thought I was buying loads of lime when I got these delivered to the farm. Obviously not. But I do like this setup we have on the farm here. The sheep are not using much of the food that we provided for them. It's because it's such a small flock of sheep. All of the animal pens on this map are really small compared to some of the ones that I'm used to. Particularly the modded ones that I'm using on Homeworld. So I think we might have to have a look at a way to bring lime to the field. Oh, is the spell price really good? So we could do with some cash. No, so we've got a way to go yet. Something funny seems to have happened with the pricing for the starting stuff. So this is the sell price trigger mod that I like using. So we'll just bump that up some more. And next time it reminds us, we'll have a look and see if it is actually a good price or not. So I guess the only good thing is it's probably only going to be 2 up down rows once we get this headland finally finished. It does look like we're having to add quite a lot of lime. I guess this is maybe because this is one of the fields that we harvested, and that will have knocked the lime down some more as well compared to where it was. Right, I think I'm going to get stuck into this job, and you can listen to future me in a bit. Future me here. So carrying on with spreading the lime. I don't show all of the lime spreading that I do. I basically get all 4 fields covered in lime that we needed to get done. So we're going to head over towards field 41, which is going to be our oat field. Show you a little bit of that, and then I think we end up getting into planting poplars next, which is not a crop I've done a huge amount of, but you know, it's something that we need to do on here because we need the wood chips. So we're going to be forage harvesting probably. Actually, no, I'd forgotten which order I did things in. I keep saying we need to get some more sheep, so as it's getting towards evening, we're going to bite the bullet, head over to the animal dealer, which I've not been to before, and we're going to pick up a couple of trailer loads of sheep. It will, we end up with not quite filling the pen, which gives us some space in case I'm not organised enough and we start to get lambs before I put in the new pen and move some of the sheep out to graze, which is the plan. Really nice drive across the map to this well tucked away little animal dealer, which seems to have an animal pen that you can use at it as well, which is really cool. So many nice features on this map. The trailer holds 10. It's maybe a little big for the pickup, but it's just about okay. It's back over at the animal dealer picking up the second trailer full. Nice thing, the sheep aren't that expensive, which is cool. We're not having a massive flock on here. So I realised that the silage was ready, so we're going to put a little bit in our BGA just to see how we get on. I realised that this, which makes sense, it's a really small BGA, so it only holds 24,000 litres in the processing chamber. So it's going to be quite a slow, long job to get all of this put through the BGA, and I'm probably going to look at getting some belts to manually feed it. Just because, yeah, it's quite slow. So through the day and the next day, I do occasionally come and put a bucket full in the processor just to keep that churning away, because we have quite a lot to get through. And if you overfill the processor, it falls on the ground on the bottom, which is like that. So up at the store, we need to get some rice seed and some OSR seed. I'm going to put in oilseed radish over the winter in the fields that are going to be root crop fields, which we're not planting until spring. If I can get them in the ground in time, we need the soil temp to come up a bit, and we're going to get to planting the right field later in this video. So we'll put the manure pallet on the trailer as well, that little bit of manure that was left from when we were muck spreading earlier. And then we're going to lease the Damcon 3 tree seeder setup, and then buy a few pallets of poplars and go and plant them in field 11. It takes me a while to find the pallets of poplars because, as I said, I don't do poplars very often, and I completely missed that they were right at the start of the list. I have no idea how many pallets we're going to need. We're going to leave the trailer up at the store. They don't mind us leaving it there while we're leasing their equipment, and we can almost get it through the gate. We just about make our way to the field without too many more problems. I have used this before on 6 ashes when I planted poplars. If you've got crop destruction on, the important thing to realise is if you drive over them, you destroy them and knock them back a growth state. So I've tried really hard not to drive on the saplings that we are planting. And just getting course GPS set up there. I do like that on this Bowes limed this field, this tractor seems to pick up the lime from real dirt really nicely. What I dislike about real dirt is, for some reason, however I play with the settings, almost as soon as I drive off the lime colour goes away, which kind of annoys me, particularly if you're time-lapsing stuff because it happens so quickly. So we're going to fill in this little corner piece here, and then we'll go on the long up-down rows. that was done. I sort of did some headlands. As I said, because of the crop destruction thing, I'm making sure that I leave fairly big headlands to give me some room to turn. When I remember, occasionally I doze off behind the wheel of the tractor and we don't get quite such a big headland. Also trying to minimise the overplanting, but we're getting a little bit. My plan is to get the modded 6-metre poplar header for the forage harvester that's available, so it's slightly quicker. Just about running out of poplar now, so come over to the store to pick up a couple of pallets, and we'll use the opportunity to take the trailer back over to the farm as well. We can just load the tree planters up from the trailer. I thought that was easier than trying to drive the whole rig back to the store, and they're not emptying quite equally, which I think is a common thing with using this setup. So. But I'm looking forward to doing poplars. We really need a good source, big source of wood chip. So overnight, because I haven't mentioned it, we made about 10 grand from what we put in the BGA. It wasn't that much, but I did. There was something else I was trying to remember to say. I've added compost to the map. So I tried adding in the compost mod and that didn't work with Maize Plus. So I took the time on the Maize Plus Discord. There is a do-it-yourself section for adding horse extension and things to maps. So I just added the compost bits of that into this map. It was pretty easy. It took me half an hour or so. The only problem I've had, because obviously you're adding a fill type, is over at the sawmill, the bark mulch turned into a pile of something else, which I basically had to delete to get that working again. And when I did that trip over to the sawmill, I had to move all of the pallets and stuff out of the way as well. We really need to get a vehicle over there that we can use for dedicated for that job. So next job I want to do is, we've got all poplars in the ground while I was talking about compost, is get the rye planted in here, but we needed to finish off the fertilising because we didn't have enough slurry. Just being careful, because we've put lime down, we can reapply slurry, so I didn't want to over apply it. While we're here, we'll chuck a couple of buckets of silage into the BGA, and then we're going to go get the Novak loaded up on the back of the bullets and do some seeding. That'll be our last job for today. We still have oats to seed before winter. Temperatures look better tomorrow. It's going to be a bit warmer, so I'm hoping we'll get that extra degree of ground temp we need. We need 6 degrees. And we also need 6 degrees to get the oilseed radish cover crop in the ground. So yeah, hoping that's going to come off. If not, we won't be planting OSR, and we'll have to wait until spring to plant the oats, and there's a chance they won't actually germinate fully. Take that risk. The other job I want to get done before we get into winter, or during early winter, is get the horsegrass and clover and alfalfa seeded into some of our grass fields. Running pro seed again, so doing 3 headlands. We're pretty sure we need to put some more fertiliser on this field, so I'm still going with my plan of using dribble bar. So 3 headlands, and we're going to run up, down rows and get our tram lines, because I remember what that word is, in the field. I think I haven't been over to look at the canola field. It has germinated and popped up, but it looks really nice on the map. The tram lines look really good. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with it. I've not used Proceed before in Let's Play, so nice opportunity to give that a test as we work our way towards the end of FS19. I'm going to take this opportunity to say thank you for watching, folks. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe, leave me a comment please, it all helps with engagement. And we'll be watching this on Sunday, so tomorrow is FS22 day. Catch you next time.